You ever throw something away and your roommate's like, "That's still mine?" Welcome to Orbit. There's a lot of junk up there. Thousands of satellites, bolts, frozen pea, you name it. And you'd think after decades of launching metal into the sky, we'd have rules for this. We do. They're called space laws, and they were written by the same kind of people who think forwarding emails counts as innovation. The Outer Space Treaty. So, the year is 1967. The world's drunk on Cold War paranoia, and the US and USSR are like, we need rules so nobody puts nukes on the moon. Thus, the Outer Space Treaty was born. It basically says, space belongs to no one. It's like international waters, but higher and with more Wi-Fi. You can't claim land in space. You're responsible for your own stuff up there. Sounds nice, right? Wrong. Because responsible in government language means we'll totally think about it after lunch. Who owns the trash? Now here's the kicker. If your satellite breaks, explodes, or becomes a floating metal boomerang, it's still yours. That means the US technically owns thousands of dead satellites. Russia owns theirs. China owns theirs. Nobody owns up to cleaning it. It's like a giant space landfill where everyone's yelling, "Not it." And if you pick it up, that's illegal, because that's considered interfering with foreign property. So even if your billion-dollar satellite's about to get smashed by a floating screw, you can't move it without permission. That's space law, baby. Lawyers ruined Orbit before we even got there. The Liability Convention. So, what happens if your space junk hits my space junk? Do we fight? Nope. We negotiate through the most boring thing ever, the Liability Convention of 1972. It says if your junk hits something on Earth, you're absolutely liable. But if it happens in space, only if it's your fault. Whose fault? How do you prove it? There's no CSI, Orbit. There's no witnesses, just two angry nations saying, "You bumped me." No, you bumped me. In 1978, the Soviets dropped a nuclear satellite over Canada. The cleanup cost $6 million. They paid half. Classic split-the-bill energy. And if Elon Musk's satellite hits a Chinese one, good luck figuring that out. The report's gonna look like cause of crash, 17,000 lamp, and human stupidity. Cleanup? LOL? No. Everybody talks about cleaning space. Cool idea, except you can't. It's illegal to touch other people's junk, even if it's about to murder your GPS. It's all property, even the broken stuff. Some companies want to build space nets or lasers to catch debris. That's great, except how do you know it's debris and not someone's working satellite? I swear, officer, I thought it was trash. Plus, every cleanup tool looks like a weapon. You make a satellite with a robot arm and the world's like, "Nice claw, Terminator." So, the only thing keeping space peaceful right now is mutual paranoia. No salvage rights. You know in pirate movies where people find shipwrecks and yell, "Salvage rights." Yeah, that doesn't exist in space. You find someone's broken satellite. It's theirs forever, even if you fix it, even if it's leaking nuclear juice onto your stuff. Space lawyers are like, possession is not 9/10 of the law. It's espionage. The loopholes. There are a few, like if an object is officially declared defunct, maybe you can get permission to move it. But guess what? Most countries don't declare anything, because if they admit it's dead, it means they're responsible. So everyone pretends their 1983 satellite is just on standby. Yeah, standby in hell. Insurance nightmare. Insurance companies hate space law. They're like, wait, if it breaks, explodes, and nobody knows who's at fault, who pays? Answer, nobody. Or everybody. Usually taxpayers. That's right. You're helping fund billionaires crashing metal into orbit. Congratulations, you're an investor now. The courtroom scene from hell. Imagine the lawsuit. Your satellite hit mine. Prove it. Well, the data says, objection, data's biased. In space, objection overruled by the vacuum of evidence. The jury's 12 satellites, all spinning in silence. Who fixes this? We could fix this in theory. We could say, junk older than 25 years is fair game to clean. Nations share cleanup responsibility. New satellites pay a space toll to fund orbital janitors. But, nah, we'll just keep tweeting pictures of the Milky Way while turning it into the Milky Trash Belt. Aliens are watching, you know. Aliens are watching this like it's a comedy special. They can't even manage one planet, and now they're suing each other over screws. They've probably got a whole show called Dumb Things Humans Do with Orbit. The moral of the story: nobody owns space. Everyone owns their junk. Nobody wants to pay to clean it. And yet somehow we keep launching more. It's not space exploration anymore. It's space hoarding. We didn't conquer the stars. We colonized the garbage can. This is Orbital Secrets. Subscribe before someone trademarks your orbit.